I'm going to share with you in today's video are some actionable steps you can take to avoid some common mistakes that, if I knew when starting out, would have made things to do with business a lot less stressful and more enjoyable, and increase overall profit within the business whilst working less. So now you're probably wondering, Will, what would I have to do to create or transition my business to earn more money, yet work less hours, and make the whole thing just far more enjoyable and easy to run, and basically just more predictable? Big problem I had when starting out my business was I always felt burnt out, as I was always touching up and working on all areas of my business and could never really focus on one thing, as I was always putting out little fires everywhere, and it always seemed too much and just created stress and burnout. So this led me to number one, which was capping the amount of clients that I worked with each month. And this changed everything. Letting potential or future prospects know this as well via content marketing helped to increase demand, incorporate urgency, scarcity, all within my offer. And this allowed me to increase my prices, as the time that I would be spending working with the 5 to 6 clients was spent going out and finding high value clients that would ultimately be able to pay me more, and which I could charge more for. I was also able to have more time to go and create content, which would ultimately lead to more clients being able to be contacted through warm outbound. Now the next problem, number 2, was clients always asking me the old budget question. And this always led to me sending the old email, the same old email, which was explaining everything, why I don't charge hourly, which is probably room for another video, and having me to send them email listing out the reason and tailoring it for their certain company. But to avoid this moving forward, I simply productized my services and packaged them in a way that allowed me to eliminate that step of emailing the same old email out every now and then. And this also helped make the projects more efficient, clear, and worthwhile investing in from the buyer's perspective. Also niching down and creating a product that could be spread via word of mouth due to the consistency and results, and knowing what the client's going to get allowed me to scale and get more clients far easier through those word of mouth referrals. And this leads me to my next one, which is talking about a minimal level of engagement, short for your MLE. And this somewhat ties into the first point I made, which is capping your clients each month, and also having a target in terms of price and profit that you want to make each month. So an example of this can be you want to work with 2 clients per month and get to 10k. So it'd simply be your MLE would be 2 clients at 5k each, and that's your MLE. So you have to stick to that, and it's basically your business's policy that is actually really good to stick to, because it gives you a target and makes everything more predictable and gets you to that 100k 6-figure mark, or wherever you would want to be in terms of an annual thinking game plan. So instead of doing the whole reaching out and going back and forth constantly, onboarding, delivery, prospecting, etc., you'd be able to go out and spend that time finding those 2 clients that would be able to give you that price point, because your product's packaged, it can be spread by word of mouth, it's clear in what you do, you've got a certain cap which incorporates that urgency, scarcity, etc., and really just helps make it a more compelling offer, which is the next point we're going to get into now. So this next point really helped to set me apart from other businesses in the industry and really create a flow and consistency in terms of profit and work coming in. Before we get into the offer components, if you are enjoying this video and want some more, be sure to subscribe, as I've got a lot of ideas and I'm excited to start growing this channel as well. So now diving into the offer, something a lot of businesses have in common is not having a clear enough offer. And going from a freelancer to a business, the problem is that they don't have a compelling enough offer, which ultimately just doesn't lead to any work. So the first part of the video is kind of all ties into the offer, such as the urgency, scarcity, and the caps and MLE, etc. But the offer's not going to work if you're not confident in your product and the product doesn't actually deliver results. So having a clear customer journey and how the customer's going to get their results from this offer in your whole business is very important too. So if you can place this offer in front of people and get people coming in from your caps, your MLE, and place this offer in front of them with a clear packaged service, which is often going to be spread by word of mouth if this is done correctly, you'll be able to get a real consistent business which is fun to run, predictable, gets you to that capped client rate per month, profit rate per month. This makes your whole life a lot more stress-free and easy, fun to run in terms of the business point of view, and everything kind of gets you back to the point of why you started working for yourself in the first place.